another Looney Tunes commentary. If this is your first time on the channel, consider subscribing as it helps out the channel, and give this video a like if you do like it. This is a commentary for the Daffy Duckaroo, released in 1942. It's the 385th in the series, and it's directed by Norm McCabe. Unfortunately, there's been no decent releases of this cartoon, at least in its original black and white form, so I've tried to source the best possible print I can. With me today is my good friend Austin Kelly. Say hi.
How you doing? I just want to say first off, this is a personal favorite. I could talk about it for hours if I want to, literally hours. I think
Wow.
it's great.
Wow, I mean, I watched this one. I do have to let everyone know that this does contain stereotypes of Native Americans in here, hence why it's not exactly a wide-released cartoon. But we start off with Daffy singing "My Little Buckaroo," pretty much, from what I can see.
And there's that line at the beginning in that newspaper. It just says, "I want to be alone." Ellipsis Ranger. It's that Greta Garbo line, and then Lone Ranger, of course, is self-explanatory. There's just so much fun packed into that one frame. And there's also just so much fun packed into the whole cartoon, I think.
Yeah, this opening bit, I mean, whether you don't like the rest of it because of the stereotypes and that or not, this opening bit with Daffy is incredible. I'm just amazed by it. It's so funny, especially with the donkey the donkey's just not even responding. So, but so here we go.
There was that one shot, he even had cross eyes in that thing. You really tell these animators are putting like all their effort into this.
Now, of course, I'm an Aussie in that. I've heard her accent before. Where would her accent come from in the US? Because clearly they're playing on something here.
It's like Long Island, New York-ish. It's kind of those guys love to, Clampett especially, love to use that accent all the time. If you listen to a receptionist in a Clampett cartoon, they always have that accent. Freeling as well.
Because I've heard that kind of accent more in the Flintstones. I've been rewatching them, and it's like, yeah, there's a couple of live wires, like kind of like long.
Well, because isn't this B. Benaderet? I'm pretty sure she did the same voice.
I think it is.
Yeah,
I think it's her.
Same accent, same voice over the Flintstones. She's doing the same accent, same voice here with the Duck. So
I love that for ticket scalping. I gotta admit that gave me a chuckle. Just a ridiculous, like, that's why he's wanted. Not just scalping, it's ticket scalping. Ridiculous. Oh boy, yeah, this is not a short that you'd probably show a lot of the young ones today because of the stereotypes, but with us knowing what we're seeing and putting into context, it's got some pretty decent jokes, I gotta say.
Yeah, now, you notice there's some odd shades of like black and white, and they're kind of brighter than usual. There's a newspaper clipping, people, review these cartoons all the time. They would just write a tiny blurb about them. That says that this cartoon, as the person saw it, was released in color. Now, I'm sure it was just a simple misunderstanding on the guy's part, and he just had seen so many cartoons and just forgot which one he was talking about. But, I mean, anything's possible. And like I said, it has some unnaturally bright black and whites. And it was made around the same time that the Hepcat was, which was the first color Looney Tunes. So, I mean, I'll leave it up to the viewers to come to their own conclusions. But
it's just a shame that we can't, the print being used is, like I said, I'll try and source the best possible one, but yeah, I can see what you mean. It's possible that they made it in color, but then they just ended up processing it in black and white. I don't know. It's a possibility. It's a possibility. So I'm going to assume that the background artist is the same as the Impatient Patient.
Yes.
It looks like Hilberman.
This is also Dave Hilberman, as far as I'm aware.
It's so great. It's such even the backgrounds are great, and you gotta love the butt hitting the drum. I thought, okay, we got a butt joke in the Looney Tunes short.
Gosh, I wish I knew who animated that. Just great bits of character animation in this thing. People don't talk about McCabe's cartoons because like half of them have like politically incorrect stuff about them, like this one, and then all of them are in black and white. But if you watch them, they're actually pretty great, and even more advanced than some of the stuff that was going on at the studio around the same time. We just talked about Impatient Patient. I think that one was great, very advanced, very Tashlin cinematic-esque in some of its shots. Just such a shame that people don't talk about McCabe enough anymore.
Well, there'll be no doubt that once we see the last McCabe short before of course he goes to war, we'll have a bit of a McCabe discussion for sure. So, definitely don't miss out on that. Yeah, I really like elements of this one, but I just want to know how many times has Daffy actually kissed someone in this short. He seems to be kissing everyone every 2 seconds.
Did you notice there was a hair on the bottom of the frame in one of those last scenes? I don't know if that would have had to do with the actual shooting of the cartoon or maybe this particular print. But either way, I think there's one right on the top of the frame here too. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, I think this must be from someone's personal collection or something, and what we're seeing is like a 5th generation version of that or something. But I'm glad we got at least something as opposed to nothing. But look, see the sign there? It goes end of slide area. Just the way that the sign was drawn, it's very modern. Like there was no 2 separate pieces for the pole and the sign itself. It was just one like T shape. It's very interesting.
Yeah, and these cactuses are really interesting if you're looking at those too. I mean, they kind of look at those. I mean, those aren't cactuses at all. I don't think cactuses look like that. I mean, it just looks weird. But I think it's a pretty cool look.
We even had like a war gag where it's like, we don't use real bullets because we're saving them for the war kind of thing.
I think the end gag is a reference to something war related as well.
Yeah.
So war was definitely on the mind with these guys.
Exactly, and of course McCabe, around this time would end up being drafted, and then your favorite Tashlin comes back, so that'll be pretty good.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be exciting. That's when the real masterpieces start to flow in.
Yeah, but yeah, we're gonna definitely have a discussion on McCabe, and I mean, hey, if we did it for like a certain other directing duo that's weren't particularly that good, we got to do it for McCabe at least. And yeah, and there's the World War II gag right there with rationing. So, as always, thanks very much for listening, guys, and until next time, take care.
See ya. What a great cartoon.